Hey everyone, VicGames12 here, also known as King of the Snakes. Oops. I'm going to play a little bit of Binding Isaac, but the this is going to be like background kind of stuff to keep you guys entertained. Um, Damn, I kind of didn't want to use Isaac, but it was a I'm going to talk about as well. The title suggests my experience in cancer. Having to live with someone having cancer and the hardship and pain and just the sorrow that you have to go through just to make it, just to show you that you're having not feeling bad pain or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to tell you my grandfather was an amazing man. He used to build tons of things. He loved working with his hands. But I don't remember a day where he didn't. My grandfather was so nice. He built like a toy, like a wooden house for my little remote control car where if you hit the wall, it'll flip. It looked like a mansion that he did. He even had like a proper um, like garage that worked. You know, like amazing kind of thing. The fact that he did that with only like a few planks of wood that he had, some glue and some nails. It's amazing. Anyway, he was a sweet guy. He's my mentor ever since I realized how amazing he was. Kind of wish I knew that back then. Instead of being so stupid. And a worthless piece of shit who didn't deserve to have a father grandfather, who literally poured his heart and soul into making your life happier. Anyway, I'm not getting off the subject, kinda. What I'm trying to state is this. I'm going to tell you the start and the end of the story. So, get comfortable. Pretty sure this is going to take forever, or at least long. So, the way I found out was I was in my school, and all of a sudden I hear on the loudspeaker, "Oh, Victor Silva, please come to the office. Victor Silva, please come to the office." So, my first hunch was, what did I do now? I used to be that little kid that paid attention in class, just rambunctious as all, who would literally cause like a little, not a fight, but like a tantrum just to like find amusement. Like I would set the dominoes up just for someone else to knock them over. Anyway, so yeah, so I had to go. I went to the principal's office. Going in to see my mother in the office, crying her eyes out. So my reaction to her quite crying her eyes out was, "Oh my god, what did I do wrong? I didn't mean to do it." Unaware of what the real reason was. Son of a bitch. So, the real reason why, sorry, the real reason why it wasn't, they didn't, the real reason why they called me in was, they told me, "Hey, your grandfather's in the hospital." I, as a kid who when I was younger, I used to love hanging out with my grandfather. I used to love it. Then I got older, I started going through phases, and then I saw my grandfather as going to my grandparents' place as a chore. I don't like that. I didn't mean for that to happen. I wish I could take that back. I wish I could change it wrong. Make life better about that, but I can't. Oh, I'll tell you why in a minute. So they tell me, hey, well, my mother gives the principal, I guess, a sign to tell me, hey, you, to tell me the bad news. Your grandfather's in the hospital. He's in the hospital for some reason. They didn't tell him why or why not. Why was he in the hospital? So we went to the hospital. I see my grandfather's knee in staples, and he knows how petrified I am about hospitals. So he made a joke, and I know now he was in a searing amount of pain. I don't know why he joked about it. He didn't have to for me, but he did. He said, "Oh, these doctors, they don't like me. They shot me with staples. Oh my God, they're so mean." And I'm sitting there going, "How dare they?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry, kid. Don't worry. It's nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry." And I'm like, "Don't do that to me, Grandpa." Little did I know, that was the beginning of one of the worst things in my life to come. At the time, it wasn't, the cancer. It was just Grandpa fell. He's getting old. He can't bounce back as easy as, you would like. Stop pressing that button, damn it. As, you would like your grandfather to, be. But he's not getting any younger. It's hard for him. It's just sad. Anyway, so I went to him, and he's like all like shaken up in his wheelchair. In his bed. Damn it! Oh well. So I called home. I say, "Hey, Grandpa, when are you gonna get out of here? I wanna hang with you again." He said, "Oh, I don't know. We'll see how it goes." He knew right there and then he wasn't going to be able to go home for a while. Excluding the fact that I don't think he had cancer then. But, yeah, I don't know much about that. So, we went and visited him a couple times while he was in the hospital. He got released, so I'm like, yay, my grandfather's out of the hospital. And then I started to think, okay, I should really hang on to him, because that seriously injured him to the point where he looked like he was dying already in the hospital. So, I made a note, and I wanted to hang out with him more. I did for a couple times. Then I went back into that phase where I felt going to my grandfather's was a chore. Little did I know, it was not. It probably would have been the best thing. Stop pressing that F button. It probably would have been the best thing for me to do. But I'm an idiot. And I had to think that he was alright. There's nothing wrong. No. It's just so difficult when you have someone you truly care about someone you truly love, and you don't do anything to like stay with them or anything. Sorry about this. I haven't even told you the sad part yet. I'm already tearing up. So, a few more, days, months later, I get another call in college, high school now. At school again. So, I go, okay, I hope it's not my grandfather again. It was. This time, my principal was even less descriptive. He just said, hey, your grandfather's back in the hospital. He's very ill. So I went to him when he was in hospital. He looked like someone whipped him with a belt. Because he was just looked like he was in shock. Like severe shock. I didn't know what was going on. Mother was crying. Cousin was just... My aunt was just going ballistic. And all that time I'm like, what's going on? So they took me outside of the room. And they said, Victor, your grandfather, he has cancer. At the time I never knew what really cancer was. It was at the time where cancer was a thing, but not really a thing. I mean, not well advised and scared of now at times, but so I didn't really know much about it. I'm like, what is that? They're like, it's a very bad illness that could take your grandfather's life. I go, no, he's still young. He needs to see how everyone lives on and progresses. He's the wise man in our family. Yes, but this disease is a lot scarier and something to be feared. So I'm starting to tear up and cry and everything. And having no knowledge of it, just hearing what I was told didn't really help, because you're like, okay, what is this title? Is this a permanent thing? Will he never be able to get out of the hospital? Maybe a few more months later happened. And I hear, oh, he got out. I hear he's got out of the hospital. He's out. He's cured. Happy day, oh happy day. My grandfather was cured for something I didn't know. And this is it happened a few months. I'm just speeding it up for you guys. I mean, we visited him several times during those months, but in terms of trying to make it quicker for you guys is better, I think, for some people. So yeah. So happy day, oh happy day. Wasn't that happy for that long. Maybe 2 more months go by. I get called again in the principal's office. Your grandfather's dead again. Damn it. Sorry. Not your grandfather's dead again. Holy crap, don't do that to yourself, Victor. Your grandfather's in the hospital again with the same problem. And my grandfather, he had cancer of the liver. My grandfather never smoked, never drank, never did anything horrible to his liver, and he had re-gotten cancer. And at this time, I've had done research on what cancer was, what cancer does, how often people survive it, and at the time, you were lucky if you ever survived it. So like my grandfather was lucky, and lo and behold, when I read up more on it, it says if it ever comes again the second time, it's an extremely low chance. So I'm going, okay, maybe it could be another miracle. It's good to dream. It's good to want. So I visited my grandfather a couple of times in the hospital again, and this will never leave my mind as much as I want to. I don't think any kind of therapy can get rid of this from my mind. I remember going into the hospital bed, talking to my grandfather, and then one moment he starts saying, "Kill me, please, kill me. I don't want this anymore. Just kill me now. This ain't worth living anymore." Being the age that I was, which I don't remember, it was fairly young, I think. I think I was around like maybe a 10 or 11. Hearing that from your grandfather, and then just seeing him slowly want to die, you can't look at yourself in the mirror again. You can't help to understand that. There's no parent in the world when you just hear your grandfather, the person you started to idolize, tell you in front of you, kill me. Kill me. How would you prepare for that? How would you know how to start that? How? So, and my fear of the hospital kept me away from the hospital for a lot of times when I could have gone, which I hate myself for now more. But I did visit him quite a lot. And then happened to be the one of the most terrible things that could happen to me. And there were also good times when it was going between the cancer stories. Like I remember this one time, and I know I'm cutting off one of the main parts, but like I forgot to add this inside of it, which I feel it can kind of help. But I just like to mention it because it's something incredibly beautiful, something happy, something I know at least one of you guys will understand. Just see how something so small can be super significant to a person. So me and my grandfather, we loved doing everything together. But there was one thing we loved to share with each other: pomegranate. Anytime we got a pomegranate, we shared that small little thing. Even when he was still feeling like crap, because cancer takes a lot out of you, he still loved eating it and enjoying it, and I loved doing it right beside him. There's nothing in the world that I wouldn't do to have that moment one more time. I wish I could do that one more time. Just to have a simple pomegranate with my grandfather. Or another loved one that I have. No. So now you know pretty much how it ends. My grandfather doesn't survive the cancer, and he dies from the second cancer. And I remember this incredibly clear too. My grandfather literally is in his hospital bed, and I'm holding his hand saying, "Grandpa, please pull through, please pull through." And at that initial moment, my grandfather says, "I love you. Don't you ever forget that. I love you." And at that moment in time, he dies in my hands. I don't know how you can live to like feel the misery of just, hey, I love you so much. I hope you do better. I hope you live on to be a happy, wonderful person that I know you are. And then see him pass in front of you. Like, I can't script this. I felt his life. I felt his life literally leave his body as he died. Can't imagine. What do you how to live with that? There's no way. I wish I could live with that. So that happens. My grandfather dies in front of me. I go to grab a nurse. They try to save him. I even knew it. I knew he was dead. I don't know why they tried to save him. I even told them that he had died in my hands. Nope. Didn't take my word for it. They just kept on going. And going. And going. Why? Why do people have to not listen to you? So, going throughout, open casket, burial, crying my eyes out. And this is where I love my best friend in the world. During that whole time, he was there with me, supporting me, holding me out of what seems to be hell. He didn't even have to do all that. Him just being there was enough for me. Just to have someone there, just to to say, hey, you're not the only one. You're not the only one that needs to listen. And he barely knew my grandfather, but he knew how much he meant to me. Couldn't imagine how sad that is. Your idol, gone. How do you prepare with this stuff? How do you come up with a script? How do you, do X, Y, or Z about this? You don't. And soon after, a year or two later, my grandmother gets sent to the hospital. And when I went to visit her, she was cold and pale white. Like a ghost. I knew the moment that I saw her, she wasn't gonna make it. You don't look that pale. That shade of white. So she didn't, and I don't even remember what she died from. I think she died from a some kind of thing, diabetic coma or something like that. I don't know. And that made any part of my feelings and hopes and desires died. I don't know how to. I don't know how. I don't know how to feel anymore. Having those two things back to back to back hurt. And be well aware of this. Ever since that my grandfather died and my grandmother was still there, I treated her like a princess. I visited her every day I could. I made it where she was on a pedestal. I never let her go. And then she died, and I blame myself every day. Oh, I didn't love them enough. I didn't love them enough. If I'd loved them, if I loved them enough, they'd still be here. If I loved them enough, they'd still be here. And I'd still be doing that to this, and I still am doing that to this day. I've had people tell me, "Oh, it's not your fault. Stop saying that. It's not your fault." Where's the proof? I don't know. And then, as of recently, my aunt Annabella in Portugal has been having breast cancer. I don't even know that much about it. And then recently, my own father has had cancer at the colon. Cancer has plagued me for so long. I am petrified of that name. Just because of how badly it hurt. Like, I can't even explain it as much. I probably might make another video of this another time, but I can't explain it any better than that right now. So, if anyone else is out there going through this hard time, hard problem, just know that they love you. No matter what happens in this damn world, you better know that your grandparents love you. Whether you fight with them, whether you're mad at them, they love you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. They love you to death. Just realize something. If you could take one thing away from this video, I want you to take this away. Cherish the people you love, especially your elders. Because before you know it, they'll be dead. They'll be passed on. And all you have to do is just sit there and state, this is what I deserve. Not this is what I deserve. If you show them that you love them and everything, like, you don't need to, but why not? What's stopping you? Where is there a bad thing in this? I don't know. Just treat them like they're angels, like they are. Because before you know it, you're done. Thanks for listening. I want to say more, I want to do more right now, but I can't summon up the urge to talk anymore. It's just, why? Why now does stuff have to harm me? No matter what happens, I will always be plagued by this shit. And I know this. So, my advice to you guys is this. Love them. so much. Because before you know it, they're gone. Treat them like they're supposed to be treated. They made you happy. They're always there for you. What's stopping you from wanting to show them you love them? Like right now, and I know I don't like to be this person who does this random shit and everything, but here's what I want to say. If you can, if it's physically able, call, go, visit, whatever, to your grandparents and just say, hey, I love you. I don't care for fighting or anything. I still love you. No matter what happens, you know I love you. Just say that to your grandparents. Before the last words you hear, the last words you say, is something you will regret forever. Thank you for listening. I know this may seem sappy. I know you might think, oh, I'm just doing this to show how horrible I am, just to get the plugs and everything. No. I'm doing this to show you guys how horrible it is when you've lived and seen cancer in front of you and don't know what you're supposed to do. Being stuck. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been Vic Games. Later.